I ain't gonna lie. It says Jacksonville driller Ksoo admit to killing 16-year-old Bibby. Only sentenced to 10 years? Bro, how the hell you get sentenced 10 years for a killing? Is he snitching?
We're going to be speaking on Jacksonville drill rapper Ksoo being sentenced to only 10 years in prison for the brutal murder of 16.
That's a sweet deal. 10 years? That's easy. I mean, I can't do it. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't say I could do it. I'm just saying that sounds pretty easy. You know what I mean? Like to somebody that did a brutal killing.
16-year-old Bibby. Now you don't do is see with your code. You're gonna see that free cash. That's breakdowns of the murder of Bibby by my boy Trap Lord Ross, and this video is from 3 years ago. So just keep that in mind.
Gunfire erupts inside a Northwest Side apartment complex. It leaves this 16-year-old dead. Neighbors say that the shooting sounded like a war zone. Sky 4 captured the large crime scene outside the Hilltop Village apartment complex off 46th Street just before 3.
Now keep in mind, this is Hilltop. This is 6 Block. This is the apartment complex that Julio Fulio was from, that he banged. This was essentially his gang. This brick fortress here. And this is also known to be one of the worst and deadliest hoods in Jacksonville.
Why did he kill a 16-year-old though? 16, bro? That's young as heck. How old is Ksoo?
This afternoon.
Family members have identified the 16-year-old boy who was shot and killed inside the parking lot of Hilltop apartment complex as Adrian Gaynor Jr.
Yes, several hours ago, there was a large group of people that gathered here at this memorial site to pay respects to the young man who lost his life here. Eyewitnesses are telling us now that Gaynor was being chased to this exact spot where he lost his life.
On February 25th, 2019, 16-year-old Adrian Gaynor Jr., aka Bibby, was shot dead in a brazen attack carried out with automatic weapons at the Hilltop Village Apartments in Jackson.
Bro, why they doing it? Why they shooting a 16-year-old though? What the hell did he have to do with anything? A 16-year-old? Bro, that is wild.
This hit was allegedly carried out by Ksoo. And
It ain't alleged no more. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
Ksoo's the one that put that 16-year-old in the ground. When you hear what damage he actually did, it's hard to feel any sympathy for Ksoo.
And today, he is still being held on charges of murder for this case. However, just like we said earlier that Varner wasn't charged for quite some time, Ksoo would remain free for...
Bro, that hat's terrible, bro. That hat Trap Lord Ross got on is terrible. I'm not talking about the color. I'm just talking like the design of it. Like the color's straight. I don't mind the color, but the design is horrible.
Over 2 years after the murder of Bibby. And I'll be honest, Ksoo pretty much spent that entire 2 years on a self-snitching world tour. In fact, the eventual indictment against Ksoo for Bibby's murder included references to social media posts Ksoo had made where he appeared to mock Bibby's death and take responsibility for it.
The report also says Robinson, quote, posted several photographs and videos bragging about the murder.
Close range in the back of the head or neck. Y'all gotta understand, Bibby got ran down on with rifles and got hit from up close. And if you know anything about the first case that Ksoo got found guilty of and sentenced to life, he did the same thing. Ran up on him with a rifle, basically knocked Jit jaw off, and a witness said his teeth and brain were left on the sidewalk.
So Ksoo is a real life hitter. That's what you call a real life hitter. When this dude got more than one bodies, he damn near a serial killer at this point.
It also says Robinson, quote, posted several photographs and videos bragging about the murder. It took 2 years before police issued this arrest warrant for Robinson.
A few days after the killing, Bibby's mother marched, vowing to get justice for her son.
This evening, loved ones gathered to remember a local 16-year-old. He was shot and killed in the parking lot of a Northwest Jacksonville apartment complex.
For the first time tonight, we're hearing from Adrian Gaynor's family, who's seeking justice for his death.
We pray for the mother of God, Miss Elizabeth, oh Father Lord. God
As friends and relatives gathered under this gazebo to remember 16-year-old Adrian Gaynor, his mom and his grandmother begged for the violence on Jacksonville streets to stop.
Y'all get together and y'all fight. And put it down. Please put it down.
Gaynor's mother says she will not rest until the shooters are captured.
I'm gonna rock this city until they get justice for my baby. Until everybody involved are arrested, I am gonna shake Duval County.
A while after this, Ksoo ended up responding on social media, dissing Bibby and mocking his mum for calling for a march over his death.
That quick headed man. Poor ass man.
Hey, Ksoo ain't have no remorse. Bro was evil. You can look at him. He evil. Straight up evil, bro. When you can laugh about somebody dying and you did the hit, you evil, bro.
Walk around. March.
Now you see everybody, whoever this is,
What's that?
he's saying, come on now. He ain't agreeing with it. I can respect that. This one laughing, this one laughing, this one laughing. Not only is he calling him poor because he got cremated at 16 years old, he's dissing the mother for wanting justice and marching around to keep her son's name alive and to essentially find Ksoo, find him guilty. And Ksoo is making these videos knowing that he did it
And mocking him.
as if all this wasn't going to come back to bite him in the ass.
See, the thing is, Ksoo the type of dude that he think he invincible. He think he can't be touched. You know what I mean? Like, he think he didn't think God was gonna spin a block on him and he's gonna have to repent for what he did. You know what I mean? Ksoo, he thought he was untouchable, bro. And look at him now. I don't know if he's serving 10 years. I think he got more than 10 years. I think he got life, to be honest. But I gotta look that up.
We're gonna get him, March.
Ksoo also made numerous disrespectful posts about Bibby, including making like funny little animations that I would say are kind of early flashes of the kind of crazy disrespect that we would see later on in this beef when Who I Smoke dropped.
In the air with baby, I'm flying with baby, I'm flying.
But Ksoo wasn't the only one talking about
This motherfucker Ksoo a straight maniac.
For real.
You ran down on a 16-year-old, knocked him off, and you over here making TikToks and whatever else, using filters. Baby, I'm playing with baby. A menace, bro.
Ksoo, we need him we need him in the military. Motherfucker be in the wrong they be the wrong thing. Bro, how you need to be in the war. You want to talk about killing. You want to go do that over there in Afghanistan, Iraq, and all them other wild ass countries right now. You feel me? Like we need him. He gonna be doing all that bull crap. Take him over there to overseas and let him shoot them people up.
the death of Bibby. In fact, the entire 80k side were taking disrespect to brave new levels. Whopper with the Chopper even went as far as to post a photograph of Bibby's dead body to his Instagram story along with the caption, "Spit on dicks." A picture which is obviously too shocking to show you on YouTube, and I'm not actually sure if Ksoo posted this picture himself. I mean, hell, he might have even taken it, but it just goes to show you how far these guys will go. Now, Foolio was particularly close to Bibby. A year after Bibby's murder, he dropped the heartfelt tribute song Bibby's Story, trying to give a more positive reflection on his fallen brother. The music video had tons of throwback footage of Bibby in it, but on the song, Foolio also reveals some dark details about his relationship with Bibby, saying at one point that Bibby had caught a body by the time he was 16, which is the age that he was killed, going on to suggest that Foolio...
It said, let me rewind it real quick. It said he was 16 with a body under his belt. He was fighting all them demons, couldn't cope by himself. 16 years old and caught a body. I'm gonna say this. He didn't. I don't believe he deserved. Cause I can't say who deserved to be unalive or not. But what comes around goes around. You know what I mean? You live by the gun, you die by the gun. That's how life. That's how the world is ran. You know what I mean? That's how the universe. You feel what I'm saying?
He had caught a body by the time he was 16, which is the age that he was killed, going on to suggest that Foolio was aware that the murder that Bibby had committed at this young age had been playing on his mind before he was killed.
Now, this is a big thing that everybody talks about in the Jacksonville drill scene, was that Bibby wasn't just an innocent 16-year-old. There's a lot of controversy whether or not he did actually catch a body. I think it has something to do with a football game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you reap what you sow, right? To catch a body at 16 and get killed within that same year, it's like karma, right? To get killed at 16 obviously sounds crazy, but a lot of these kids are involved in that lifestyle in one way or another. Whether they're actually sliding or they're just acting like they're on the team. When you're playing ball to that extent, somebody like Ksoo isn't going to care. You know what I mean? When they're sliding and they're looking for you, all you got to do is this, and you're put in the same category as the ones that are firing shots.
It don't matter what age you at when you jumping off the porch, bro. You jumping off the porch at 10. If you're gonna do what you gonna do out in the field, bro, it comes with that. Consequences come with this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So they can drill all they want. They can rap cap and all that stuff, but just know when it's time for war, bro, it's time for war. When you dissing the dead, it's gonna come back around. So you better be ready.
And that's how it played out.
Julio went on to say, "You was killing shit for me, that's why I want to kill myself." And going on to later rap, "You know I'm killing about your name because you killed for me. He say he's smoking Bibby, now he resting in peace." From these lyrics, we can kind of see that Julio blames himself for Bibby's killing, with it sounding like Bibby was specifically targeted due to his association with Julio. Now, the song Bibby Story ended up doing numbers for Julio, but that didn't stop Ksoo taking to social media, singing along to the song to make fun of Bibby and Julio.
Why you had to leave? Why you ain't stay with me? With me? Why you had to leave? Bibby! She was 16 with a body on this bill. Got a bad body, those 16-year-old. Oh, God.
Going on from this, we of course know that Bibby's name would end up being the first and most famous name that was disrespected in that song, Who I Smoke. Thing is, Julio wasn't lying when he said that there were people ready to kill over Bibby's name, because only a few weeks after the Bibby hit, another attempt is made on young and Ace's life, once again with deadly consequences.
Now, clearly, they hated Julio so much, they were willing to knock off whoever he was associated with.
And that's how the street goes. You know what I mean? That's how the street is ran. If I can't get you, I'm going to get the person closest to you. If I can't get that person, okay, well, I'm going to get mom. I'm going to get dad. I'm going to get sister. I'm going to get brother. I'm going to get uncle. I'm going to get auntie. That's how the street goes. There's no rules when you're in the street. That's how I look at it. There's no rules at all.
And diss them repeatedly until, either they got killed themselves or they found themselves in prison. And Bibby's father would even go on Say Cheese speaking about what took place.
February 2019. Little bit.
This social media stuff is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like when was it? I don't know. I'm just gonna say it like this. When was it cool for people to go on interviews talking about what's going on in the street? You know what I mean? I guess I just don't get it. You know what I mean? Like why not go to the news and say this stuff? Why go to Say Cheese where you know you're gonna get a little clout? You know what I mean? You know what Say Cheese about? Say Cheese got 1.5 million followers. Come on, bro. You know what you're doing when you go on Say Cheese, and you parents sometimes to clout chase. They know what they doing, bro. They know what they doing. They going on Say Cheese to talk about what's going on in the street. Go tell the police that. Go tell the news reporter that. Go tell somebody that's gonna actually do something about it. Why they going to Say Cheese like Say Cheese? The police like he could do anything about it.
In Hilltop Apartments.
He the type of dude. He the type of dude that be like, oh well, I ain't talking to the police. I'm never telling them nothing. But then go on Say Cheese and spill all the beans. Come on, man. That don't make no sense to me.
Do you get the call that day?
Yes, sir. I got a call. It was probably about, I don't even know what time it was. I know I was at the house stove, driving around, hanging out, and then my mama called me. And she called me, she said, they killed the agent. I stopped whatever I was doing instantly, and I was like, I said, bitch, give me the keys. Like, I gotta go. They killed my son. I gotta go see about my son. And like, I went to driving ecstatic. I'm moving fast. Like, man, like, nigga, let me drive. You know what I mean? And when I pulled up there, it's a big ass entourage of people. And this is what I remember, because I kind of blacked out about it. And all I can remember is talking to a couple of people. People introduced themselves. People just random folks. I don't know who was talking to me.
What is the point of going to say cheese? This is making me irritated. It upsets me. What's the point of going to say cheese and telling your story? When did say cheese become a therapist? When you just tell them all your business and tell them what's going on? Like, I feel like people only go to say cheese to gain clout.
The policeman wouldn't let nobody go past the scene to see his body laid across the ground. And then the dude that stayed upstairs in Hilltop apartment,
looking down on his body because he must have been laid out there for a little minute.
And I walked through there, walked up, and I seen the baby just stretched out. Excuse me. And I looked and I nodded my head and I just walked back out. Then next thing you know, you start hearing all this other crap, attorneys, the apartment, people singing, rapping, all that other crap, man. You know, it's a whole bunch of bull crap, so, you know.
Yeah. Man, when you seen your son, and you know, the witnesses that they say they saw a crazy graphic.
We're gonna get into the extent of what was done, but to have to see a kid like that, I can't even
fathom. You can't imagine that.
He can't even himself will. He doesn't sound like he's trying to portray anything, but if you see your child laying there dead and somebody just killed him, yeah, I can't imagine feeling anything else. His saying right now is one of the most important messages that can be delivered across YouTube. His son was murdered, and in the immediate moment, he felt rage. He wanted to take his anger out on everybody, but maturity stepped in and he understood he can't punish everybody. He doesn't even have the ability to. Even if he can get to one. And if he gets to that one, he jeopardizes everything else that he has. The rest of his life, his other kids, his grandkids. That's a mature man right there. Understanding that, you know what, this is going to hurt forever, but I still have the opportunity to live the rest of my life happily and be the best person I can.
And I will agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, by him retaliating, what is that going to cause? Just more war. You feel what I'm saying? That's not going to cause no peace between the two. That's just going to cause more war. Like you said, it's going to keep going down. Generation after generation after generation. Like 1090 Jake said, you know what I mean? That ain't going to, he ain't got no, if he get one, what that mean? He going to have to get another one, and another one. You know what I mean? It's just going to be a back and forth war, which a lot of people don't have money for, and a lot of people don't have the time for it, you know what I mean? So it's not smart to keep going back and forth in this war when nobody wins.
Rather than crash out and lose everything, including myself. Now, during the investigation, officers learned of a witness who was present for the murder. The witness stated he was contacted by Ksoo, who said he was coming to pick up the witness to check out some drug houses. Ksoo picked the witness up with Leroy Whitaker, a.k.a. ATK Scotty. When the witness got in the car, Scotty and Ksoo had on gloves. Ksoo told him the car was stolen. The witness put gloves on as well. They went and picked up another person named Rollo. They drove to the 45th Street area where they saw Blank and Bibby, and Adrian Gaynor, known to the witness as Bibby, on a side street near Hilltop Apartments. They drove into Hilltop and drove from one side to the other. They parked for approximately 20 minutes. While driving around, Scotty said Bibby and Blank under a gazebo. Scotty and Ksoo exited the vehicle carrying firearms. Scotty had a long AR-style rifle. Ksoo had an AR pistol.
Damn.
Rollo then drove around to the parking lot closest to the gazebo. The witness saw Scotty chasing and shooting at Blank. He also saw Ksoo chasing and shooting at Bibby. Bibby fell to the ground and covered his head with his hands.
Think about that. If you could just picture what he just said and imagine what he just said, bro, that's got to be heartbreaking. That is sad right there, bro. That is truly sad how he explained what happened. Like, imagine that in your head right now and seeing that, bro, that got to be so scary at that moment. It's mind-blowing.
Like this is the last thing that they seen of him. The witness said that Bibby fell to the ground approximately 5 to 10 yards from their car. Ksoo ran up to Bibby and shot him at close range in the back of the head or neck as Bibby continued trying to shield himself. The witness said that Bibby was wearing tan pants and a dark-colored hoodie and jacket. Scotty and Ksoo then got into the car and they fled the apartment complex. So like I said, a brutal murder. ATK Scotty runs after one, Ksoo runs after the other. Ksoo gets him. Bibby falls to the ground. He tries to shield himself as rifle rounds push through everything they made contact with. And his life was ended as Ksoo was standing over him, firing into his head. Now this paperwork would just drop. This is the judgment and sentence. And this would state that Ksoo entered a plea of guilty to the following crime: murder in the second degree. Now what this means is Ksoo was already sentenced to life, as everyone knows. His father testified.
Okay, so yeah, he was sentenced to life. His father did a lot of snitching on him, which, shit, I don't blame him. Ksoo the devil. That dude was evil, bro. Like, I mean, you had, like, your father had no choice but to snitch on you at that point. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if it was my son, I would have snitched on his ass, too.
A couple people testified. Ksoo and Scotty got sentenced to life for a different murder when they killed dude outside of the little job application he was applying for. It happened pretty much the same way, right? And what's wild is that murder was done by them going on this website, the Duval County Clerk website, where you can look up anybody's case in Jacksonville. They found his address on this site, stalked his crib, followed him to a job application, and nailed him.
So they went on the court case where you can find the address, bro. They stalked him. I'm gonna repeat this because it's just mind blowing how much effort and time they put into this. They stalked him. Dude went to go apply for a job. Maybe when he came out, they smoked him right there. Thing is, all that time they put into doing that, they could have put that time into rapping, school, anything. But they took their time to do some studying on some BS on where a dude live. How that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, that just...
So they got sentenced to life for that already. Ksoo also had this murder pending, and they came to him with a deal. You take this deal, everything's over, we don't need to waste money on trial, because they know he's not getting out of that life sentence. So they gave him an opportunity to end things quickly, and he took it. Now with this plea deal, Ksoo would accept 10 years in prison, followed by 5 years of probation. So it's a split sentence, 10 in, 5 out, totaling up to 15 years for a second-degree murder, which is an amazing deal, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but he already got life, so never getting out.
Not only that, he would get credit for 1,811 days that he's already spent incarcerated in the county jail. So let's look up how much time that actually is.
You said 8,000?
That actually is. And he would get credit for 1,811 days that he's already spent incarcerated in the county jail.
So let's look up how much time did he get. Okay, so 30 times 60. 30 times 60, so that means he got he's credit for five years. That means he got 5 more years to serve off that 10 and 5. He got 10 years of the second murder, then he got 5 years for probation. So he got 5 more years. The mom probably don't feel too good about it. You know what I mean? Like, and I get that. She probably don't feel good about it. That he got 10 years and 5 year probation. He just had to do a plea deal just because it's time and money being spent. That he probably don't, well, I ain't gonna say probably, I know he don't got. But overall, it's a win for the mom because the Ksoo's never getting out. So it's a win for her for sure. Now, is she happy that he got 10 years for her son killing? No, she's probably upset. She's upset that her son passed away from Ksoo because Ksoo unalive her son. It's justice served all across the board. Ksoo will never get out. Like, even if he tries to appeal it, it's gonna be what? He's at least gonna have to serve 25 years until you appeal it. And by the time 25 years come around, he'd be about 40, 45, 50. So it's a win-win for the mom, and that's sad. That's sad to know for her. But Ksoo won't be getting out, so that's a dub.